Whoa, hey!
Huh? Then you guys are all...
Yeah, we're all new here. Today's supposed to be our first day of class.
So, counting him, that makes 15. Seems like a good cutoff point, but I wonder if this is everyone.
Huh?
Huh?
Go! Listen!
I look forward to getting to know you.
Yo, the name's Leon Cool. Hey, listen. You know... Yeah! You know what I mean. How cool is that?
I am Hifumi Yamada. But if you want to call me by my nickname...
The Alpha and the Omega!
I don't mind. Mm-hmm. How?
Not that you'll remember my name anyway, but I'm...
I'm Kiyotaka Ishimaru. I believe in...
Hi! I'm Junko Enoshima. Charmed, I'm What? What can we do? Totally!
Name's Mondo Owada. Nice to fucking meet you. Yep.
My name is... What? Ugh. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Chihiro Fujisaki. Huh? Yeah. Huh?
Heya!
I do not think we have been introduced. I am Celestia Ludenberg. Huh?
I'm Yasuhiro Hagakure. Hero for short. Take it easy, yeah? I know I will.
Name's Byakuya Togami.
I am Sakura Okami. Hey. I see.
Listen.
I mean, seriously? Piece of shit!
Hello.
Are you for real?
What does this mean? What the heck?
Aww.
Is it, like... Hey, come on!
You know?
I see.
What the hell? You know what I mean.
Ahem, ahem. Testing, testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. To all incoming students, I would like to begin the entrance ceremony right now. Please make your way to the gymnasium at your earliest convenience. That's all. I'll be waiting.
Goodbye.
Could it be... You know?
Huh?
Anyway...
Hey, come on.
Well then.
Yo!
Hey there! Howdy! Hello!
Huh? Teddy bear?
I'm not a... I am this school's headmaster! Nice to meet you all! Say what?!
Come on.
Now then. Good morning! Yes, indeed. Extreme!
What the hell?
Huh? Yahoo!
You know? I'm... You...
Gotcha, you little piece of shit! I don't know if you're a toy or a stuffed animal or whatever the hell. Either way, I'm gonna rip you to fucking shreds!
What? Violence against the headmaster is in violation of school regulations!
Shut the fuck up! Let me out of here, I swear to Christ! Hey, damn it! Piece of shit!
Watch out!
Huh?
But...
Hey!
Damn you!
Of course!
this...
Yep.
That's...
And? Hey.
Stop! Yeah.
Give me a break.
What? Here.
Danganronpa.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one... then I'll punt.
And the killer really is...
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, what's going on with...
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they did.
Okay, but what about that? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up. Okay, that about first up is the case summary.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka myself.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong! Just a second, Chihiro. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can...
A struggle? Between who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bath?
She must have been attacked in the main room. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It should...
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial. So... what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, that's wrong! No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any—
Huh?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
So I guess... There's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
He did it in secret.
No, that's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you...
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier? Just to be
Yeah.
And at any point while you were there. You don't think?
No,
The knife disappeared while Hina was... In other words...
Okay, what if the idiot swimmer girl and...
and more importantly...
Speaking of...
So you ask. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing.
So in other words, two people can...
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't...
Good grief. Oops. Did I...
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then...
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right!
I hate to have to ask...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out.
I stayed in Hina's room last.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. Which means...
You stayed over?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in ours, so... I don't...
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other
Oh, yeah, that's true!
Why didn't you say so?
Well, because... Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later...
I got it! Then... Sayaka is the...
That's the only possibility. And thinking back when she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Hold on, because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, and until we unravel that little mystery...
Bewildering? What the hell?
Something was missing from the scene of the... You know what I'm talking...
Now I understand! That's right!
So,
Yes. And why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own... It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene, If the crime scene is in my room...
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace. That makes sense.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just...
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait.
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that
Then,
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these.
Do you remember anything? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom.
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was complete. See how the top part was unscrewed?
Oh yeah, true.
In trying to buy, this is another most
So what? You're saying he wouldn't, but if the only choice you have is to break...
You still don't see? Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand. The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door, because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong! The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with...
Yes, now that...
Then, why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck. Huh? What do you... My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify.
Yup, true. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right?
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore...
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys'...
The killer could easily make that mistake.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it...
What? Are you saying the...
And yet, he's absolutely...
Say what?
Well, to be more... What the killer didn't know was that Makoto... Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Then there would have been a lock on the door.
So they had no idea how
Ultimately, we can't know if it came... The killer must have been considerably confused.
Regardless, it was a pointless act.
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening.
That is...
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switch. Then Makoto...
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you
don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place. Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility? I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting... She must have slid it under their door.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only...
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if... Huh? Would you like to hear? Very well then. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that, then they would have gone to exactly
the room that Makoto was staying in.
So in other words, they would not have any...
It certainly would seem that way.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, but in the note, the place they were asked to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got... As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room and the nameplate on Makoto's room...
So what you're saying is, the room
Then... if someone...
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, and the one who switched the names was...
Okay,
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the...
But... To understand, we...
But we still don't know.
Perhaps
then...
Oh yeah.
It seems... I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, right there where her wrist is all swollen. It sure is. Specifically, the gold, you barely have to touch that, and there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see.
Alright, when the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack!
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist!
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took...
And they killed her.
And that's exactly what happened. When the fighting broke, the culprit grabbed, and that's when the first sword-based sneak...
And that's what broke...
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Shoot!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit
grabbed this, and that's when the first sword-based
sneak attack!
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist!
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Shoot!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was the sword-based sneak attack.
Shoot!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow, the sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist!
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her...
And they killed her.
And that's exactly what happened. When the fighting broke, the culprit, and that's when the first sword-based...
And that's what broke...
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Shoot!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And... That's what broke Miss Mizono's...
So, she grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Shoot! I refuse to give up yet!
When the fighting broke out, the culprit, and that's when the first sword-based,
And that's what broke. So she grabbed the. But then the culprit.
And they killed
and that's exactly what happened. When the fighting broke, the culprit grabbed, and that's when the first
sword-based sneak attack.
Shoot! When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first
sword-based sneak attack.
Shoot! When the fighting the culprit, and that's when the first blow.
Sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword. Because the sword... See? There's a gash in it.
Something sharp.
Stop jumping ahead!
If the sword was used first, if you were going to attack with the sword...
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If in...
So she...
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the...
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really...
Maybe she walked...
Sorry.
Why?
No! I got it! I got it! Sayaka?
But we already...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an...
And the one who attacked...
Now do you understand?
No, far from it. It's all... She took the knife from the kitchen, then... And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of...
Which brings up another point. Makoto, maybe the reason she wanted was so that she could pin the crime on you.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get who and by committing the murder there, but for that to work, if the target knew she...
Wait.
But indeed, she lost that...
Wouldn't it?
It's easy just to say, hey, decide, but there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues.
Do we really have to die? If we don't do something, we're all gonna...
It's easy just to say, but there just
aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
The 11037, written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just a look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also...
Whoa, you might have...
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Rotate the image.
Oh my god.
Huh? So...
Here's my answer! The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something...
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer?
If you're not the killer,
huh?
You know what I'm talking...
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood and to dispose of the shirt covered in the...
With just that one... I got it! If you look... Oh, you...
The key to the trash room, whoever was on cleaning duty must have...
So the only the person...
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to
destroy the evidence.
No, that's wrong! Hold on. I think I know how someone could but I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerators. All they had...
Someone through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi? Hifumi...
But the distance would pick...
I got it! Because... Now here's what... The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. And having part of the killer didn't know. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there seeing the... Hell yeah!
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your... Instead, they...
I refuse to acknowledge... Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! Stupid! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! Stupid! Where's your proof?
This should prove it. The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the kid...
I mean, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the
That must be what he used. But the toolkit in my room had clearly...
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought...
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer...
Okay, then whose toolkit?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Leon, would you mind the screwdriver will
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have...
And let me say this right, I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stu!
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Looks like you all have a lever in front. Oh, make triple sure you... Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? What's it gonna be? Yoo-hoo!
Huh? Hey, hold on.
But...
You son of...
Hey! Come...
I...
Big!
Hey, come on now.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
Extra!
Danganronpa. Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
What?
Danganronpa.
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. The group's leader, Byakuya, got killed, and his killer is among this group of students? No, I'm not, 'cause I believe in everyone. So do your best.
Well, what now? If the knife isn't the murder weapon, there's no definitive proof that I'm the killer.
Shut up! We'll be the judge of that.
You say you were shoved away, but you can't act...
I see!
Are you trying to say something like, why didn't Nagito have any bloodstains on him?
Yes! Because under the table, there were even bloodstains.
He stabbed Byakuya to death. Strange he did not get splattered with an appropriate amount of blood.
I didn't get any blood on me? That is weird.
You just used something to block the blood, didn't you?
Something that might have been used to block the blood splatter. What do you think it could have been?
I can prove it with this! You're talking about the bloodstain...
That was You mean after the light?
Wearing a...
The killer... The floor...
If so, that... Crap!
You're the only one! Hey, Gundam, you dropped your earring in the dining hall, right?
You furry.
About that.
I said.
About that.
However,
Is it safe to say that, huh?
it's but I am different. With the power of my 4 dark devas of destruction, it is of no concern. True, before the might of the...
What should I do? I'm in...
Oh! Man up and speak! Fine, I shall tell you... One of my 4...
And... During the... Party, the killer, was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day without go. Going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know. That means you have no alibi.
The culprit is self-evident.
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know. That means you have no alibi.
The culprit is self-evident.
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all day without going to the storage room in the dark.
Is that true, Fuyuhiko?
Don't act like I'm the fucking killer!
But when the party started, nobody saw you, you know. That means you have no alibi.
Crap!
During the party, the killer was lurking under the floor like a cockroach.
And they could have stared at panties all without going to the storage.
Is that true?
Don't act like I'm the...
But when the party started, nobody saw you. That means you have no alibi.
No, that's wrong. No, Fuyuhiko definitely has an alibi. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Oh, you're right.
should have said that.
It's still your fault.
Shut up!
Maybe there really is a secret.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Oh, no!
Wow, he got chewed out.
Regardless, it's impossible to go under the floor.
Then someone definitely went up.
During the party, it was probably, well,
You're right.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like that. It's like making a seafood bowl without fish.
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
Okay, and I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
Definitely sounds impossible.
The hallway was really dark during the blackout. Moving to the storage room like... That? It's like making a seafood bowl without fish!
Is it really not possible?
What if they used a string like the cord?
Maybe there was another pair of night vision goggles?
Okay, and I'm gonna go with my gut. What if they used a light?
I agree with that! I know. The killer had a light with him.
Oh, but where could they...
There was one nearby. It's the portable stove. The portable stove isn't powered by electric, so...
Oh, repeating yourself, just...
Now then, Hajime. No, that's wrong! Will you be able to break through my argument? Did you forget what Kazuichi said earlier? He said the hall was too dark to see the office. The light from the stove that you mentioned. It contradicts his testimony. Or are you intentionally doubting his testimony?
I don't doubt what Kazuichi said. What are you trying to say?
The reason Kazuichi was because the hallway was dark, right? So if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it? After all, he was walking near the hallway, right? The reason Kazuichi was because the hallway, so if a light was shining in such a dark hallway, Wouldn't Kazuichi have seen it?
Allow me to cut through those words! Nagito, did you forget? Or are you just pretending you forgot?
Huh?
There should have been a wall that... I'm talking about the fire door in the hallway. If you close it, plus, so even if there was a... You're the only one! Well, of course, that's simply my assumption. So if you have an objection, please speak freely. Objection or not, why am I being treated like the killer?
Did you? Now, it's you're not gonna say they shined the light on Byakuya, right? There's no.
If that's.
Prove it with this! The mark you're talking about is the glowing paint that was applied to the knife, right?
Ah! By using the glowing paint as a target, they were able to judge where to stab even in the dark!
I see. The killer didn't target an actual person, they just struck the moment the glowing paint moved.
That would be the moment.
So, the killer used the mark that I prepared for finding the knife as a mark for...
But if they were able...
Well,
then can I ask everyone a question instead?
Now, we should give everyone a fair opportunity to speak.
If Teru is the killer, that would mean he... And just what did Ibuki hear during the blackout?
Step on my feet!
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on!
You guys? Where are you?
She heard...
Doesn't that prove Teru...
But Teru was in the kitchen the moment the blackout occurred, right? So, why was he in the dining hall?
I thought the blackout was only in the kitchen. So I panicked and ran out of there. Of course, the hallway...
Well...
That sounds fishy.
If I can, if you want...
No way! But I heard Teru's voice in the dining hall!
Let me ask you again. Did you go to the storage room?
There's no way I went. I was somewhere totally different.
I definitely heard Teru's voice. It's handsome, unlike his face. Maybe it was a recording or something? Nope, definitely a live voice.
Right. As long as I have it, the fact that I was in the dining hall cannot be disputed. I'll shoot through that contradiction. Just because we heard Teru's voice in the dining hall doesn't mean he was literally in the dining hall. Huh? Why? Remember the floor in the dining hall? It was full of gaps, right? So even if you shouted from under the floor, it should have sounded just like the voices in the dining hall. But...
I see. So he brazenly shouted from under the floor to make us think he was in the dining hall. Is that true, Teru?
Hold on a second.
Can you explain this, Teru?
I told you to wait a second, ain't I? What are y'all even saying anymore? I'm telling you, I was in that there dining hall during the blackout.
Where are you from again?
Ooh, I was born in West Asafu and raised in South Aoyama.
Hey, you guys! This guy's a major liar!
If Teru was in the dining hall during the blackout, he should have been there after the power returned, right?
Well, I believe so. There's no way he could have gone back and forth in that dark hallway.
Huh? Was Teru actually there during that time?
I sure was! I was there the whole damn time!
Something like this shouldn't be decided by gut instinct. People's lives are at stake.
Damn right! You guys should have been deciding this on the spot with your hazy memories!
His accent is getting even worse! He's definitely lying!
However, I am not sure. I believe that...
Why don't we consult his memories?
Gosh, yeah, don't be saying things like that, don't make no sense! Can you even prove I wasn't in the dining hall? Probably can. Oh, you again! I can prove it with this! If you're claiming that you were in the dining hall when the power came back, then you should know how Mikan was positioned at the time, right?
Whoa, what? Don't make me remember. It's so embarrassing.
No, this is a very important question. Well, Teru, if you were really in the dining hall at that time, you should know the answer to that. Huh? It was a pretty clever way of tripping. There's no way you'd forget about it so easily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I showed you something so unsightly. How about it? You can't answer, Teru?
It just slipped from my mind.
There's no way it would slip from your mind, especially not a pervert like you.
Even so... Nagito! Say something!
I guess you might have to give up now.
Give up? What do you mean, give up?
Teru. I'm disappointed too, you know. It's lonely watching someone I admire reach the limits of their hope. It kind of feels like a broken dream.
Nagito, what are you doing? The weapon must be the iron skewer.
Huh?
Teru.
I don't know.
Paris Hilton!
Shut up! That's impossible! Nonsense! Unforgivable! I don't know.
Paris Hilton!
Unforgivable! Where would the weapon be? This is the end! Could the iron skewer have been hidden inside the piece of meat on the bone?
What are you saying? There's no way I'd hide anything in a place like that.
That's clearly impossible. I mean, that's inside the food.
Impossible. That's what Byakuya and I thought. That's why we overlooked it. Out of all the dishes you prepared, the only one that could hide a weapon as long as an iron skewer is...
I'm already eating it!
A bear that eats meat! Wait, now that I think about it, that's pretty normal. Damn it! That's my meat!
I've never eaten anything like it in my entire life! The taste brings me back to my days in the wild.
This is bad! Seriously, this is really bad!
My!
Look! What is that? Check it out.
The sword of destruction, encased in bone and sheathed in meat.
everything that happened in this case. Let's try going... Yuck. He was there. The what? Additionally, they prepared some... The air could thanks to... But... That item was the night vision goggles. Byakuya was so concerned about a murder occurring that he brought a variety of security equipment with him. That's right. The killer probably... Then, guided by the light, the killer headed toward the storage room and grabbed a specific item. That's right, a tablecloth to block the blood splatter. With this, the killer finished it. The killer had been waiting in the dark for the moment when the glowing paint began to move. After they murdered Byakuya, the killer purposefully shouted from beneath the floorboards to make it seem like they were still in the dining hall. Afterward, they came out from underneath the floorboards and rushed back to the kitchen. And then, after hiding the murder weapon in the kitchen, they rejoined the group as if nothing had happened. There's only one person who would have been able to commit this crime. Especially if that person is someone who'd think of an unexpected way to hide a weapon inside food. Isn't that right, Teru Hanamura? That's what happened. How about it? Did I get anything wrong?
This is a mistake. A mistake, I tell you. I would never kill anyone. Would never.
It seems this is the end.
Correct!
You...
Great. What's going on?
What's the...
Okay, I'm going now. When I come back, I think we should talk again about opening an Aoyama and Azabu location.
Oh my, you're still talking about that?
Oh, I'm serious. The Academy guarantees success for its graduates, right? So, I know it's gonna...
Yes, you're...
Wrong! That's why I wanted to...
Now then,
Hey!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Lies! I won't believe this! Mama!
What do you say?
Night!
You...